can hear me. Please say yes, you can hear me. I am indeed streaming in my hotel room right now. Very exciting. I'm at the VID Summit. It is one of the most important conference in the world for creators or AKA YouTuber. I'm really excited. I don't want to cancel today's live stream, so I would rather be here. I was going to take you guys to the backstage to see what was going on, but then again, the Wi-Fi it sucked. So I have to be stuck in my hotel room, hence like this, okay? Can you hear me? Hi, Lockwood. Hi, Steven. Yes, I can hear. Yes, you can hear me. All right, let's start. If you have heard me do an introduction like I have every week, that's good because there's a lot of new viewers every single week and I want to make sure I give them equal amount of love. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is Holly Lee. I am a certified career coach coming from top technology companies. My goal in live streaming twice a week, every Tuesday afternoon right now, and every Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time because I am based in the Amazon headquarters campus in Seattle. I'm here to answer all of your interview questions, your struggles, you're being stuck, you're miserable. Even those who are working right now, what if you're not? You just wanted to hear from a coach coming from a talent acquisitions or recruiting background, me, as well as hiring managers. I built a lot of engineering, TPM, PM, products, user designs, basically all of the position in the tech space for Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and other players as well, okay? And I wanted to make sure that I'm able to spend some time with you all and answer all of your Q&A. So why don't we just get started, okay? But before we forget, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. When you all subscribe, you're helping me trick the algorithm and attract everyone who's truly struggling in getting a job with their favorite top tech companies to watch these live stream, okay? And thank you so much for the thumbs up. Although I am streaming on my Mac, literally my MacBook Pro right now. So guys, I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't have time to study for my interview. Listen, I'm in a hotel room. Look at this. Fancy, right? And this is how you get interview ready, by the way. This right here is interview ready. Go ahead, choose your favorite polo shirt. If you are gentlemen, ladies, however, whatever you do, do not wear a t-shirt. But you need to have your headphone. Just a simple iPhone headphone or whatever mobile services you have. And also look at the frame. Your head and the ceiling, a lot of them likes to go like this or like all up on the camera like this. This is perfect. You want the interviewer to focus on you. You can't be distracted. You also don't want to blend in with the background. I actually have a blue light in the background, which went out of battery, but you don't want to dress the same color as your background as well. And you always wanted to make sure and ask your interviewer, AKA you guys, if they can hear your audio so you're not wasting people's time. Okay, there you have it, guys, right here. This is interview ready. I do want to share something with you all, and I thought it is pretty cool. Hang on one second, right here, okay? How many of you guys have heard of the DIS online test? By the way, this is free. It's a free test that in every single company I've worked for, I've made my entire team, including business team, fill this out because this allows me, A, to know more about myself in the workplace, okay? And two, allow me to know the people who are taking the test to share their feedback like this. So you know D means dominating, and then S, and then C, so on and so forth, and there are meaning behind that. Okay, again, this is free. I would highly encourage you all to take this. It's personality test, but focusing a lot on the workplace as well. So you know in your next employer or your next hiring managers, people and there's a lot of people leaders right now. I know there's a VP in the house who's a diversity person right here. Yes, I'm looking right at you, Kathy. How are you? By the way, Kathy, did you get myself? My team have been emailing you and tagging you in my platform. So make sure, let us know right now. Actually, they're in the live chat. Hannah, say hello to Kathy. She's also in the live chat. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this image. It's called DISC. So just Google it and go ahead, take the personal exam, and you will be surprised, really surprised in the detailed report to learn more about yourself. Okay. Secondly, I am the founder of the VIP coaching cohort. I love this program so much that I've canceled all of my coaching services. In fact, I no longer take new clients for private coaching. It's not that I don't have fun in private setting, but why do you want to pay so much money for a coach per each and every session when you could pay the same amount for one session and can get me for 3 months, right? It just doesn't make sense to me financially, and the effort and the ROI that I saw, how amazing the VIP folks, because 50% of them will end up getting a job offer every single month. And so far, that is the statistic, okay? I know that some of you guys have recently, literally just joined yesterday. So I would ask for you to have patience. It's not just my program, any program. I'm sure there's a lot of career coaches out there, amazing one as well. But everyone's style should be very uniquely different towards you. And my style is I'm very transparent. I move really fast, especially inside my VIP coaching platform. But my intent is for you to win. My goal is I don't care what is it that I need to do. I have to transform in helping you identifying what your true brand is, in getting from zero to perfect storytelling, and ultimately passing my mock interview in a pure setting. And there's a lot of leadership folks in there as well. Just an FYI, to get into the VIP coaching, you need to have at the bare minimum 10 years experience, because I love my cohort. People are just so genuine. And guess what, guys? 100% of them are right out of my YouTube member. You guys, okay? You know who you are. So I just wanted to spend a moment because someone is going to ask me about that. Therefore, I finally got smart and decided to put a link up here so I don't have to repeat myself, okay? Z Salt E Nuts. Salt and Nuts. How are you, Salt and Nuts from Chicago? Steven, greetings. Another one from Chicago. Purple Sparkle. So good to see you. Yes, please do smash the like button. I love coffee. Look, and also an important thing to keep in mind as you guys are interviewing, you have to set the environment correctly. Here's my Vietnamese coffee, and here's my tea. It's actually a tea that's in here. I also have candy bar next to me just in case I need some energy, but you need to build an environment where you're comfortable. A lot of my, I call them member clients, ask me, Holly, I'm really nervous. Of course you're nervous. I'm nervous when I start live streaming. Every single live stream that I've done in the last 2 years, every single twice a week that I show up for you guys, I'm nervous as hell because, as you can see, my backlight just broke. You see what I'm saying? When you live stream, you have no control if something fall apart, and you'd be lucky if your viewer sticks around with you. So with that in mind, you need to be as prepared as possible. And if you or should you make a mistake, all you have to do is laugh about it. You have to laugh about it and have fun, because interviewers really do care to hire personality, especially directors and VP level. I know because I work with a lot of you guys for the last 20 years, more so as a leadership coach in the last 2 years. It's really, really tense, and you wanted to maintain your, I mentioned uniquely self a second ago. You really need to do that, okay? And you just, overall, you don't want to appear that you're trying too hard. You want to have a good time. Damped. Hello, Damped. You asked excellent questions last Friday. Looking forward to have more. Salt and Steve, if you are interested in leaving your comment and answering questions, please do smash the join button. This is member mode, and member mode will be coming on very quickly. Actually, sorry guys, I forgot to turn it off because of my new setting here. But just to let everyone know, the reason why I have member mode on is because it helps me stay connected, or I should say stay tuned, so that I know who are the members to ask your questions right away. If not, if I don't do that, there's a lot of spammer and internet troll that comes in as well, okay? I probably should have been more prepared, but with a 13.5 inch MacBook, it's a little bit difficult right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut off public and turn this into member mode only. Sorry guys, just give me a quick second, okay? I promise I will be right there. Just give me one quick second. Members, there you are. All right, member mode is on, and we are back. Here you go, much better. All right, Thank you so much, Purple Sparkle, for reminding me. Constant, it's been a long time, as long as a few days ago. How are you, Constant? Hannah, really good to see you here. Hannah is based in Sydney, and it should be, what, 4 o'clock in the morning for you right now? 4, 5? Thank you so much for being here. You don't have to show up this early, but I really appreciate that because the community loves support. The more, the merrier. Okay? Stephen says, I'm subscribed to this series. Is there another group to join? No, Stephen. If you click the word join to be in it, Stephen, let me just move you on here so we can be on the same page. Make sure that you check the community tab, okay? If you go to my main YouTube page, that is for member only. So your view is very different from everyone in the public. What on earth am I talking about? That means I am going to be slowly sharing a lot more stuff in there. There's template, for example, questions to ask the interviewer that is only for members. So I put in a lot of work into creating PowerPoint slides and presentations. So there's a lot of good stuff coming for you guys as a Pay YouTube community member, okay? Lockwood, good seeing you again. Eric, hello. Yes, I can hear you. Hello, Eric. Rich, how are you? Tatiana, hello, Tatiana. Anne, hello, Anne. Thank you for being here. Sultan Nut says, I got invited to a final interview with Amazon for account manager position. I'm showing that there's been a lot, or I should say a ton of account management role that's coming up. Hang on 1 second. Guys, pardon me. I just have to just being a little bit anal here. The next morning, they emailed me saying the position was filled that day. Is this common? Yes, everything is common, and it's fair for the employer. I'm not saying this for Amazon, it's just any employer, because until the position is filled, until they find that perfect candidate for the role, they should continue interviewing and building the pipeline, right? Salt and pepper, if you have passed the initial recruiter screen and phone screen, and this is your final loop, a good recruiter should refer you to other account management or biz dev role. So you guys should be training your recruiter, yeah? You know how I feel about recruiters, so don't get me started. A good recruiter should have said, hey, Salt and Pepper, I'm really sorry. I know that you put in a lot of effort. You passed our initial screening and phone interviewed. Let me refer you to different team. Amazon is always hiring for account manager role. Always. Have you checked the job posting? Always, okay? So you want to make sure you leverage that. And who did you phone interview with that you've passed the first round? I will stay in touch with that person as well, because the odds are it's either your peer or someone that you would end up working with, not now, in the near future, okay? This is very, very common. I know that some of you guys, and this is why I have pay member only. Let me explain what I mean by that. So many of my YouTube members get frustrated because of examples like this, where you're kind of spamming my comment section in my videos. And some of you like to spam multiple ones, where now I'm starting to respond to every single one rather than just deleting or blocking them. Because if things don't work out in your interview, please keep in mind that I'm not an Amazon employee anymore. I haven't worked at Amazon for over 3 years. I did spend 6 to 7 years with them in 3 different org previously. But however, please keep in mind, when you're frustrated that your Amazon shipping has not arrived, first of all, aside from don't complain to me because I'm not an Amazon customer care or an employee, why are you ordering out of the country? If you're ordering things that are built and made in China, they're not going to be here overnight with prime delivery, right? So if I were you guys, don't complain. Do not complain about anything. Shipment, whatever, interview, no time, my dog ate my homework, you guys got the gif. Don't complain. It's too hard, Harley. Holly, I don't know if my question is right. Holly, I bombed my interview for the 3rd time. Should I reapply? No. So what I really want you all to do is to listen and evaluate the things coming out of you, okay? Because what's coming out of you, you have the answer. You know, if you truly listen to your thought process, you have to be very thoughtful to yourself, people, okay? I've read all of your messages across all of my social platform, And sometimes I don't purposely answer you because it's the same person making sure that I have read it, but there's just so many. They're overwhelmed. Holly, can we please jump on the phone? I don't know how they knew, but they found my business phone number and they were blowing up my business phone. So now I had to put a Google Voice number on there. I can't even use an actual office line. It's kind of crazy, right? And you have to put yourself in an employer perspective. Would they hire you? Would they hire you when you're so frantic and the nerves are kicking in? So if I were you, the number one reason why people are so frantic or anxiety or desperate, I'm just being real here. I'm calling spade a spade. You need to be ready. I put the hollylee.co VIP on there because of all the members. And let's be real here. Not all of my customers are happy customer, just like you going to your favorite restaurant. Someone's not going to make the steak the way you like it. Okay. Or you're not going to like every single hostess or waitress or waitress or a bottle of wine. You guys got the idea. But 90% of the folks in my VIP cohort basically said, Holly, I find it valuable. And there are folks that have been staying with me for 6 months. They're so stubborn where they're able to land positions, but they want Amazon and they're not going anywhere until they get Amazon. Do you see what I'm saying? So you need to be able to ask yourself, I'm not saying come work with me, but my entire YouTube channel is free, guys. Free, for crying out loud. Okay? And paying $3.99 a month to let me answer all of your questions. By the way, on Friday, for those of you who just joined, thank you. That's where I review your story so that you at least know if you're hot or cold. I have not reviewed anybody's stories in my Friday morning session where they're with flying colors, where I felt like they have their stories now focused on articulations. Not once. Not once. The ones that require more time, and I'm not saying this in any negative format at all, are directors and VP level. Allow me to explain, because they've been doing their job for 20 plus years and they're so used in giving directions. Now the table has turned, right? They're interviewing with the FANG company. It's probably their first FANG companies, and their ability to listen is very slim. So your ability to follow directions and listening skills is key. And my VIP coaching cohort hear me say this every single week in our office hour. And that is, I don't understand why people generally don't listen, where I find myself repeating myself 100 times, even as my own clients. Don't do that. When you're wasting people's time, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. So why do you take a course, a class, a coach, however you want to phrase this, where you're not going to learn something and get the most value of this? What I'm trying to tell you, professional, take advantage of me. I'm here to support you for now, virtually. And if you drop your questions to me, please be as specific as possible. Be specific. Every time I mention this, someone is not going to be specific. Be specific. For example, I'm interviewing for an account manager at Amazon Seattle for AWS. You see how specific that is? So right there, I know that you need to have a little bit of the tech exposure or cloud infrastructure or something. If you're saying, for example, I'm interviewing for Alexa, you don't need to have Alexa or like voice recognition experience, but it helps for you to come with some kind of consumer electronic, because that's a language that you'll be going through in your environment because you're in that org or the product line. Okay? Let me know if what I just said makes sense. Put a giant Q in front of it, because when I see Q, my eyes will go to it right away, where I'm not second guessing what are you interviewing for. Is there anyone in here who's not interviewing for Amazon? I want to talk to you. Anybody in here who's not interviewing for Amazon, let me know. Alrighty. Rita, hello, Rita. You like this live. You guys seem to like it more when I'm broken, falling apart, without gear, studio, or anything. Anil, how are you? By the way, for all of those who haven't joined yet earlier, it's member mode now, but I will answer all of your questions as I'm seeing in this screen. VK, I was invited to virtual on-site. Once you join your VIP coaching to be successful in the interview. Well, let's pause for a second here. I don't take customers if they have an on-site loop in 2 weeks in my VIP cohort, because I can't help you. It's gonna take you at the bare minimum 1 week to have really good stories, okay? The quickest I can help you is if you can postpone your on-site loop to 1 month, and that's when I can help you. It is true. It takes you the fastest, which is there's about 50 plus people who can get a job offer from the moment they come to me prepping for their on-site loop, and they listen right here. They listen to me. They move their on-site a month later. Let's just pause. Don't be afraid that the role's going to get filled. It's okay. Let them be filled. Amazon will be there tomorrow. I promise you, Amazon's not going anywhere. Okay? And they all land a job offer. But when they come to me, they already have their 20 plus stories. All I had to do was review all of them. And of course, they have to redo all of them multiple times. That's where the time frame is. Okay? I'm not a miracle worker. Don't waste your money and come to me, because once you join, I can't give you a refund. I'm very honest here. Because from the moment you join, you have access to every single thing in the platform, including, now they're all Amazonians, right? Including former VIP who are now Amazonian, their stories, my training material, my recording on the weekly mock interview sessions. So you have access to every single thing. That is why I can't offer you a refund, and I'm being really real. So do not, I repeat, do not join my VIP coaching if you have an on-site in 2 weeks. I cannot accept you if you can push it until the end of the month, because I want to make sure that you know your brand enough to create the right story. And the goal is to pass my mock interview and a peer setting. When I say peer, I meant there's a lot of very senior level solution architect, TPM, like head of program management, business strategies. So these are all fairly high level folks as well inside VIP. And Hannah, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I wanted to make sure that you're not wasting your time and everybody's time and just spamming and putting all your story when it doesn't make sense. I don't want that. I do not want that. Okay? Alrighty. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. But this is the best advice I can give you. Do not hire a coach when your interview is coming so soon, when you don't have any preparation at all whatsoever. Okay? Anna, I have an HRBP interviewed, but have not spoken to a recruiter. What do you mean? Have my first interview with the regional HRBP, is that typical? Well, I'm not surprised anymore, because Amazon is extremely busy and they probably don't have anyone to phone screen you. Or if your background is so wonderful, that's the only thing I can think of. Why would they even want to have a conversation with you? Because obviously you have the foundation, and just moving you along to the HRVP for the phone screen. That's actually a smart thing to save time. At Amazon, it's all about saving time. James, you got a job offer! Woo! Yes. James. Just wanted to say that I received an offer and negotiate with the help of your videos. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I remember you, James. Good for you. In case I forget, James, reach out to me on LinkedIn, because I want to invite you to my private alumni group, which means all of my students, my members who landed job offer at Amazon or your company of choice. It's not just for Amazon, by the way. Although 90% of the members are Amazonian. There's over 100 Amazonians in there. Okay? So make sure you do that. Congratulations. When do you start? It's okay, Sultan Nuts. Question for you. Yes, Rita, I'm here to answer your question. Last week you had mentioned someone or company that can help with mock interview for $99. Did I misunderstood? I don't think I said $99. I don't have anything for $99. I think what you have heard was there's a lot of creators out there. There's a lot of ex-Amazon out there. A lot of ex-Amazon, they're bar racers. There's quite a few actually. Like director level of engineer. There's a lot of ex-Amazonian PM engineer. A lot of them, if not, I would say 80 to 90% of everybody now are creating their mock interviewed, like virtual, I don't even know the right word. Oh God, Holly, come on. I can't think of the word right now, mainly because English is my fourth language. It's not coming to me right now, guys. But basically, they will charge you $99 for all of the interview questions and answer. By the way, you don't have to pay them. It's free in my channel. There are some that I think it was like $5,000 the last time I looked. By the way, my VIP coaching for 3 months, it's about that price. 3 months, real life coaching with your premium coach for me. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing, but that's a lot of money just to get a practice mock interview without actually working with the person. So a lot of people are charging that price. So when you guys are buying things or looking for a coach, you got to ask yourself, what are you looking for? I would highly, highly advise you to do research on the coach that you wanted to work with. Just the same due diligence at prepping for your interview, right? Read their endorsement, find out who they are, find out who they come from. And if they're ex-Amazonian, what group were they working at? What was their initiative? Because even Microsoft, I have like Microsoft GM even and very high level director whom I have coached who land positions in FANG companies who wants to be a career coach overnight. And one of them actually tried it and fail miserably because they realize how hard it is. A lot of people think that if they put something in the market, they can just sell it, but your viewers will know if the passion isn't there. Knowledge is key. Don't forget that. Knowledge is key. So if you're going to buy something, make sure first, figure it out if you can get it for free. Okay? That's what I mean. I don't have anything $99. I don't think I've ever had anything $99. The lowest is digital course, which is my branding resume accelerator, which I don't brand any of that stuff. The VIP coaching is the first and only thing that I really put all my heart and soul into it because it has worked. And I like getting personalized when I coach with I call them member. Okay? So that's what I meant. Yes, you took DIS. If you took DIS, Rita, let me know. What is your DIS profile? What are you? This may come in surprise, but I'm a very strong D. D is dominating. I'm not dominating. I just want to get things done. Steven says, the opportunity I'm interviewing for is proceeding very quickly. Right now, I'm preparing my writing assessment for the loop. Writing assessment. Oh, the writing exercise. That's what you're talking about, yeah? Okay, cool. By the way, Stephen, my VIP coaching cohort is also reviewing your writing examples. Again, I've never met anyone where their writing sample is perfect. Amazon is just a very, very structured organization. I think this is where I have to what am I saying? Say it, Holly. I have to thank Amazon because of how tough that environment was. It drags the best of me out and transform me into thinking the way that I do. Because even in your writing example, Stephen, you have to be very thoughtful you have two questions, yeah? Either judgment call or the most innovative thing that you've done. I would recommend that you go towards the most innovative thing because it's a lot easier than judgment call. And yes, they do it word by word. And yes, all of the interviewer will read that. So as long as you're interviewing for a level 6+, even individual contributor role, or any of the people management role, you will have to write the writing sample because at that level, you will be writing something. And it is an organization that is extremely email friendly. That means you're doing a lot of this, right? And you're gonna write a lot of, especially if you're a people manager at any level, monthly report, quarterly report, annual report, promo doc, PIF doc, you name it. So your ability to have excellent written communication is critical at Amazon. Not so much other company, at Amazon, yes. Tamana, hey Tamana. I have an interview coming up for a recruiting manager. Look at that. Where's my yay button? Any question or tip for the interview? Recruiting managers, when I used to interview talent leader, some of the things that you really need to demonstrate is how you deliver result, how quickly you deliver results, what kind of org you use to support, and what is your recruiting strategic plan. If I were to ask you, and someone is going to ask you this, tell me about the most innovative thing that you've done, or what is a major business impact. So you have to think really big. Scale and scope is huge for a recruiting leader. There's also level 5, 6, 7, and so on and so forth. But you need to mention buzzword, and that is global team, regional team. How do you staff quickly? Where do you find them? And the one thing you should probably avoid mentioning is job boards. Amazon and these FANG company don't want to hear that you are looking or training your team with job boards, okay? Although, yes, they still use the Dice and Monster and Indeed and all that, but they want to see how creative you are in doing so. Like for me, one of my biggest questions to ask talent leader is walk me through the most difficult stakeholders that you have worked with. What was the situation and what problem were you able to solve for them? Okay. I have a lot of example, Tamena. The examples are free with your stories as well. And for your benefit, all of my 10 templates are around talent leader, and that playlist is called Amazon Leadership Principle Questions and Answer. Okay? If you find anything with questions and answer, that is the playlist. Nice. Anne says, I have used this and have breakout of each on my LinkedIn profile. Very nice, Anne. Great, Kathy. I'm looking forward in working with you. Kathy, by the way, for all of you guys who are part of my VIP coaching, generally Wednesday is another day that I will be running office hour where we focus a lot on personalizing coaching with you. But because I'm at a conference, I'm actually in Los Angeles until Thursday night. So I have moved the next section to Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard. Okay? Just to make sure. MBTI. Yes, I know. It's helpful because the personality test, well, I like to test my team because I want to know how I could support them, how I can work for my team as their coach and not as their boss, right? So it really helps shed light in how I can build a better rapport and how they like to be communicated. That's why I love the DISC test. Anil says, please share link of the program. Anil, the link is on the very top where my head is. It's hollylee.co/VIP. Okay? Mudassar Trainer. Hello. Long time, Mudassar. Attention to detail, okay? Attention to detail, guys. I'm going to repeat myself 10 times because I care. By the way, Hannah is my community managers inside my VIP coaching. That's why she's also here. I am so happy to have her here. I mean, the girl is crazy. She's up all night, different time zone, which I kick her off and tell her not to, but she's extremely customer obsessed. How do I get so lucky? Constant, yes, doing good. Constant, let me know where you're at. Where are you being stuck? I know that you've so motivated to come here. Are you working on your story? Are you job searching now? Where are you? And just tell me how I can support you. Damped. Okay, damped. Let's see what your recruiter question is. Let me. Damp says, in case you would, we have a relocation package which will help you cover different location expenses, but it does not include a housing allowance. Do you know what kind of expenses are typically covered and how much? Yes, I know everything in that area. Well, first, this is very vague for me. What level and what position are we talking about? Because that determines what kind of benefits you have. For example, if you're interviewing for a level 6 of anything in IT or PM or anything, everything is covered at 100% for level 6 plus. If you get an offer as a level 5, then there may not be not housing allowance. Well, depends though, depending on the level and also what industry you're coming from. For instance, if you're in operation and you're an area manager, it really doesn't cover a whole lot. But if you're an ops manager, you're level 6, then all of the above is cover. It's cover, okay? I don't know what level you are, so I don't want to waste everyone's time to randomly give number. So, Damned, if you can do me a favor, let me know what is your level of your offer and position title. I can shed some more light. Okay? Question for everyone, Rita says. By the way, how do you guys like this, this setup right here? Rita says, does someone know what the red letters next to my name states? No big deal, but I can't. Red letter? I don't see any red letter. I don't see any red letter. I don't know what to look at, Rita. Rich, welcome. I really miss my yay button. Also, exciting news for you all for 2022. Something amazing is coming to my live streaming channel where I'm getting bored of having the same type of live stream, so I need to beef it up a little bit. So there's a lot of things that are in the work, which is why I'm attending a conference so I can learn from all these experts and professionals who's been doing it way longer than I have. Rich, let me know if you have any questions, okay? So all of my live stream twice a week, every week. There's also timestamp in there, although I'm a little bit behind schedule. Do not judge me. I'm very behind schedule. There's about the last three to four live stream that I didn't have the chance to rewatch and put live stream timestamp in there. Timestamp meaning that if you look through it or there's chapter in the video where you don't have to watch the entire 2 hour live stream. You can just pick the Q&A that you want that's relevant to where you are right now. Okay? So that is really in the work. Just give me a chance until the end of the year. Everything will be fixed. Running and operating a YouTube channel truly does take a lot of effort. Also, I'm hiring a video editor. If any of you all have any referrals or if you are one already, let me know if you know someone who could edit video like no other. Okay? So that you see that? I'm going to hire an employee so they could fix the live stream and also the video content to make your life easier to find. Oh, look at that. Damped is helping me promote my work. Look at him. Awesome. Thank you. First, I made you become a paid member and then you help me. That's awesome. Joseph. Hello, Joseph. First time. All right. Let's see what kind of questions Joseph have for us. This is my first time in live stream. I have my first recruiter call today, program manager. What should I expect from the phone call? You just expect to know the foundation of your role and responsibility. And recruiters are always about the good one, of course. There are some that basically read through a script. What are you looking for? Are you interviewing with other companies? Very basic, general chat. Like for me and the people that I've trained, we don't really do all of that, but more so walk me through a project that you're really proud of. What is your program management life cycle? That's one of my first questions for PM, because if you can't answer it correctly, then you're probably not a good fit. Okay? A recruiter call does matter because if you don't pass a recruiter call, you won't make it to the initial phone interview. Hannah says, how did you message me with the orange box around my name? I don't know. What orange box are we talking about? Because my screen, which is black and white, and what you guys are looking at are not the same screen. I only have one small little monitor. It could be worse. I could be live streaming on my mobile phone right now, okay? Which is right here, charging. Okay, Rich. Rich says, okay. Any pointers I should consider for a senior product manager at Amazon interview on Friday? I've gone through most of your material. Be more specific for me. What org are you interviewing for the senior PM role? Because every single one of your answers have two things. One is product. What is the product you're trying to build, launch, or execute? Two is your ROI, your business impact, also have to be around that product, and it has to be very specific, okay? If they don't know what product line or who are you delivering it to, then it will not be a good thing, okay? That's the best advice I can give you right now. And when you say you have an interview on Friday, if you could give me a little bit more specific, are we talking about phone screen, final loop, what are we talking about? But the bottom line is frame your story around customer obsession, how you deliver to the customer. 100% of the people who came to me in VIP, VP, even executives at Apple, at Microsoft, they all suffer the same thing. Nobody gives me a specific answer. If you don't give me a specific answer, I think that those hiring leaders forget that they are hiring managers, right? And when you guys interview candidates, I know it's a lot easier. What do you expect the perfect candidate to be? Now, the table has turned for you, like Kathy, for example, okay? Where if you are giving an answer, you want to make sure that your answer looks right before having someone like me to review your answer, right? I mean, it blows my mind where, people don't think about carving storytelling with a lot of, I don't want to use the word meat because that's meat would be the right word to use, but depth, a lot of breadth. And no one really talks about how they deliver result. Everyone sounded like they are elaborating a job description. Yeah, I did this. Okay, great. How did you do it? Okay, the how part is highly important, highly, especially for a level 6 position for you, Rich. Kathy says that really happens in many companies, and it is considering a nice thing to let people know when the decision is made. Yes, that is correct. Looking forward to working with you, Kathy. Joey Stars. It's been a long time. I think I haven't seen you for a week, 2 weeks or so. My time flies. Oh, I see. That's what it means. Constant, thank you so much for the star. Tatiana, has the last video already been uploaded? Yes, all the videos are there, Tatiana. You should be able to see it. The last couple of weeks is all there. I just haven't had a chance to put in the timestamp, okay? I would share my screen right now, but it's just a little messy. It is there. If you guys look at the date of the video, you can tell, right? It should say last Friday's date, and that's how you know, or last Tuesday's date. If the live stream after putting in timestamp is good, then I will remake and turn that into a 10-minute video where it's not going to take a lot of your time in looking for the Q&A. I'm just a little bit behind right now because last week it was a little bit exhausted, even though I have a whole ton of fun for the AWS Women in Tech. By the way, if you missed that, you could rewatch it for free on AWS main website. If you just even Google AWS Women in Tech Community Edition, it will pop up right away. Okay? And Tatiana, if you want, if by I would say at the latest by next Monday, everything should be updated with the timestamp. I'll be back home on Friday. Joey says, I'm not interviewing for Amazon. I drive in different kind of culture. Good for you. Amazon is not the right fit for just anyone. So does other employers, right? It's important for you guys to figure out what culture works for you. Like I love the speed at Amazon. Love the speed. Because I mean, how should I say this without sounding mean? I don't feel smart when I was working at Amazon because I felt like there's just so much problem to solve. Even though I was able to solve them, I always felt like there's opportunity for me to do better because there's so much, so fast, all day long, every day, 7 days a week. But I'm driven in that environment as far as moving fast. What I'm not driven of is just having more time to take a deep breath and maybe hang out more with my own team and get to know more about them. That's probably one of the biggest regret that I have for a lot of you guys who are people managers going into like an Amazon environment. Don't forget, it's really important to, even though your team may or may not trust you with good intention, it's good to know the people who are looking up at you. And when you're in an environment that's moving so fast and there's just so much to do, and we're not talking about one geography, we're talking about around the world. Let's just say that eventually there was a time where I wasn't happy with myself. If I can be honest with you all here, you guys know I'm very transparent. Because at the end, when I looked around, I said, you know what, I could have done it better here. I could have maybe put more effort to help this person here. My gosh, I didn't even notice that they were struggling. Why didn't they say something to me? Because I think that a good leader should constantly work on improving and supporting their staff. Now, I learned that after I left the company, not during, right? I wish I had a mentor or someone to kind of coach me around to be a stronger leader for my team. But I was so busy with the stakeholder, I didn't have the time to. I mean, and at the same time, I was wanting to be a mom, so that didn't really help with the issues either. Okay? that's why being a career coach, the way how I am right now and the way that I'm coaching you, and Kathy, you'll know exactly how I operate within 1 week and how I am inside the VIP coaching cohort. I pour my heart and soul in there because now I know what works and what doesn't, and I don't want to waste people's time. So ability to follow instruction and listening is key. It's funny because of all the tech companies I work for, sometimes when I'm in meetings, I feel like you can make a presentation, but who's really listening to you? That's where I came up with the idea of the 60-second elevator pitch. And that is why, professional, I teach the STAR method in under 1 minute, 30 to 45 seconds. Do you think I'm crazy right now? I'm not, because all of them have done it. Okay? That's where I got the 60-second elevator pitch, because I've been in so many of those meetings and working with all walks of life where I felt like, okay, our attention span is 8 seconds now. How am I going to get my message across where people are going to listen and they will comprehend my delivery to them? Okay? So for those of you who have a pending phone screen or on-site, keep your answer under 1 minute to survive. I know the Amazon recruiter will send you a prep. It says you can talk to either 2 to 3 minutes or 3 to 5 minutes. For the love of God, that's too long. All right? If anyone talks for 1 minute, even 1 minute, you gotta be exciting for a full minute. You know how many sentences are in 1 minute? 10. That's a lot of speaking. Okay? Unless you can pump up a lot of business impact on how you're able to deliver result, where the eyebrows are raised and they're really excited about your answer, just keep it under a minute. And HRBP, fulfillment center. Okay, that's cool. My first Indian regional. Okay, that's cool. That's telling me that you have some type of. Do you come from an FC background? And Caesar, you got an offer. Am I reading this right? Let me fix. God, I don't know how people stream on a laptop. I cannot do it for the life of me. I've got an offer and now have to start with negotiating process. How much percentage more from the first offer is it reasonable to start? 30, 20? My friend, this is what you do. The first step you do, go take a look at my playlist. It's called Amazon Salary Negotiation, especially part 1. I told you and I guide you through step by step. Before you negotiate and make up numbers, this percent and that percent, what are you worth? What are you currently making now? You got to ask yourself that. Where do you need to be? Okay? If you follow my instructions and figure out what the salary ranges are, yes, I know all the salary ranges at Amazon, and no, I'm not giving that to you because I want you to do your homework and do your due diligence, and it's not fair for the employer. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, keep in mind that you can always negotiate, but before you negotiate, you need to make sure to let the recruiter know that you've done your homework. Because if I'm your recruiter, I would say, okay, you want 30% more? What are you currently making right now? Why do you want that percentage more? Because the offer that I'm giving you, it's really at where you are at as far as the scale. Another thing to keep in mind is if you have everyone giving you a thumbs up, your negotiation could go a lot more smoother. Okay? Let me repeat myself. The recruiters and your future hiring leaders are more than happy to go through exception for the right candidate. You don't know if you are the right candidate with amazing flying colors in your interview feedback because you don't have the feedback. So another thing to consider is, Caesar, think about all your interactions with those who have interviewed you. How did you think you did? That's how you negotiate. Because I'm only sharing this with love because I've seen where a candidate barely met the bar and they want like all this money. They didn't get it. And in the end, I end up giving them an offer that was fair based on their overall interview feedback. Okay? Let me know that makes sense, Caesar. Alrighty. Don't worry about I can't tell you how to negotiate. Is it your base salary, your sign-on, or RSU? Because everyone's really different. If it was me, I focus on cash. I like to focus on cash. I care about my base salary the most, okay? And second thing is my sign-on bonus, okay? Because I don't know if I'm gonna be with a company for 4 years to get fully stressed. What am I saying? Fully vested. What if I end up leaving in a year or two and I'm not going to see a single dollar of that equity because in the first year, it's only going to vest 5%. That's just me. Now, don't take my advice for it because everyone's goal is different, okay? I'm also a single mom, meaning I have daycare to pay for and a mortgage and like this, streaming for all of you guys, my gear and operating my business. So for me, I would care about upfront cash. For you, it may be a different thing, okay? So you need to know what you're looking for before you start negotiating. Oh, yes, and that is correct for last Friday. All right. How much more do you have? Because, guys, I apologize, but I have a conference to attend. So I will speed this up as quickly as possible for all you member. On the Friday session, don't you all worry. I will make it up for you. We're going to hang out. Here's a goal for you guys next Friday. I'm sorry, next Friday. Oh my goodness, I need more coffee. On Friday, I want every single one of you guys to give me one story to review. Just one story, okay? Just one story because I think we're going to have a lot of fun to get you start pumping, especially when you have an on-site loop. Let me review one of your story. Alrighty. Deb, hello Deb, good to see you. If I finish the interview process successfully and end up being selected, does Amazon extend the offer before, after, or after obtaining the visa? Amazon have to give you a formal offer so that they could transfer your visa or work on the visa. Okay, any employer. This is not just Amazon. This is not only Amazon coaching. If you guys listen very carefully in what I'm sharing with you, my best practices and my tips, it's for all the employers. It's Amazon, it's Google, it's Facebook. By the way, Netflix, Tesla is part of the Fang family as well. So I can no longer say Fang. I have to say Fatang or something. I don't know what it's called, but it's no longer called Fang. Okay? Is there a risk that Amazon withdraw the offer? Amazon doesn't just withdraw the offer. I've never seen that before. Unless your visa doesn't get approved, then that may be a different thing. When you say visa, can you please be more specific? Are we talking about H-1B transfer? What are we talking about, Dan? Thank you for the coffee, Purple Sparkle. Hello, Dev. Good seeing you here. Very nice, Purple. Thank you for sharing your INFJ. I need to take a second look at my profile on Friday. Yes, Constant, please come back. You and I have exchanged message before. You don't need to ping me your LinkedIn profile. I can just pull it up right away. Make sure that you're there and remind me on Friday morning, okay? Happy to do so for you. Sales team leader, not sure what the level is. The level is not relevant, but I was asking about what visa are you, do you need sponsor? Is it transfer? What visa are you in the midst of? Rita says, regarding your VIP coaching, I hate to ask if I join for a month and then continue to buy another month. Girl, you can do whatever you want, okay? There's a monthly option, meaning if you, let's just say you join today, which is September 28th, then your VIP will renew next month, which is, well, I can't think right now, October 28th. So all you would need to do is cancel a day or so before. That's it. And you can come back anytime you want to. All right? I hope that answers your question. You don't have to stick around month over month for renewal if you don't want to. You can cancel your membership at any time and just let it end at the end of that month. Yes, 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 girl. Eat, sleep, star. I'm going to leave this right here. Eat, sleep, star. By the way, you all, I have merchandise. I have a mug that's called Eat, Sleep, Star. For every single one of my VIP member who landed a job offer, all gets a mug for that. And I also have face mask that says Eat, Sleep, Star. That's how passionate I am of the STAR method. Not because I'm selling the STAR method, because I'm not the creator and no one really is. It's just out there. It's called the STAR as well, and P-STAR or something. But I think I need to rebrand myself and call it the 45-second coach or something, because your answer needs to be 45 seconds. Okay? Yeah, that's, you know, I never thought about that. I should call myself 45 second. Senior product manager, marketplace, category TPA for hiring, phone interviewed with marketing manager, skip the recruiter screen. let me move this here. Script the recruiter screen. Went through the online assessment. Amazon reached out to me. Cool. Yes, Kathy, it is about improving the muscle memory. It truly is. That's why the way how I teach the STAR format is completely different from everything that you've seen online, just so that we're on the same page, okay? I don't copycat. Every material, every knowledge, everything that I share in my VIP coaching is up in my brain of the last 20 years that I work for all of these companies where I've seen what works and I've seen what doesn't work. Even at Amazon, guys, I was a trainer. I trained every single soul that walked into Amazon for my org, for example. And there's even VP and directors that I've trained around the world on how to interview you. Every single bar racers, they need to take my class before they go to bar racing school. You see what I'm saying? Which is a 2 weeks intensiveness. So I was offered to be a bar racer one of the fastest time at Amazon, which is, I think it was like 4 to 5 months as a new employee. This is a long time ago, because with the Kindle organization, Lab 126, there were a lot of, well, I shouldn't say a lot. At that time, there was not enough BR, and I was doing so much interviewed. I remember hiring 60 hires in my first year, all by myself. And I told them I did not want to be a bar racer because I was already doing the work. It just didn't make sense to me to add more interview on my plate, right? And I find more value and passion just to teach people how to interview. So in theory, I have been a coach for a very long time. I just didn't call myself a career coach or have my own business. Unchained Dreamer. Thanks a lot for your channel. Quick questions. I have data science leadership role on the first phone screen next Monday. Seem to be primary technical. Any specific guideline? No specific guideline. You have to, for the position that you are, if you look at my, if you just Google Holly Lee interview tip, the first video that pop up, it's Amazon 3 tips. Look at that video. I'm sorry about the loud bell. I was a new YouTuber. I had no clue what I was doing. When I make a mistake on the video, by then there were so many comments and watch time. YouTube doesn't pay creators. I don't know if you guys know that, okay? YouTube does not pay us. We get paid by the ads that are running on our video, okay? If I remove all of that engagement, I would have no ad and won't be able to monetize. But the important thing is that I will lose all the engagement, and I don't want to remove, I cannot remove the loud bell sound in that video because you would have to re-edit the video. Any kind of edit will remove all engagement. That's why if you are looking at all of your favorite creator, that is a reason where we just allow ourselves to make mistakes and we just poke fun of ourselves. Okay? If you take a look at that, I walk you through how to figure out questions on Glassdoor. If you don't have the experience on the tech side, no one can help you. That's why I don't have a course to teach you tech skills. I do have my members do tech interview, mock interview on their own. I do have resources. Everything's free, by the way, those resources. You don't have to pay for them. So if you're interviewing for data science, I bet you anything, even on Google or YouTube, there's a lot of stuff for free. Do your homework, okay? Amazon's not going to ask you things that you don't know that isn't on your resume. Srilata, hi Srilata. I interviewed for an ML specialist role. Don't know what level specialists are. I don't know what level it is. I mean, it's very vague. I wouldn't focus on the level, to be honest. I would focus on just exiting. If you are saying specialist, I'm thinking maybe a level 5, 4 or 5. I'm just making that up, but I'm assuming it's a level 4 or 5. But your leveling really determines on how well you do in the overall interview process. Again, this is not just for Amazon. This is for who? All of the tech companies. Thank you, Purple. I must have missed the questions from Rita. Yes, customer obsession, girl. It's all about customer obsession. Caesar, many thanks for your advice, Holly. I'll come back and tell you how it turned out. Please do, Caesar, and best of luck to you. I know. I want to make sure I'm doing my best to not miss anybody. Yes, and that's the best thing you've said to me. Anne says, in fact, let me make this a little bit bigger. That's how passionate I am of what Anne is saying. Anne says, learn to be a star candidate with a 45-second career coach. That is true. You have to. When you talk within 45 seconds, that's a sweet spot. 45 seconds, you can say quite a number of sentences on there, by the way. Okay? Rich, apologize. My question was follow up. Any pointers for Friday interview, marketing manager? No, that's everything that we just talked about, Rich. Okay? Your story is the most important thing and practicing. Unchained Dreamer. Unchained Dreamer says, thank you for finding the time, even if you're traveling. The pleasure is all mine. Um, all the best for you in the community. Of course, I love my community. Can you all tell how much I love my community? Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this up very quickly and attend the conference downstairs right now. I'm so excited to meet all the amazing creator. I learned how to build my channel with live streaming. It's so hard. Live streaming is the hardest thing that I'm still trying to get better at for you guys. And that's why I'm here for the whole week, just to be better and just to communicate better with you. Yes, I need help with communication. At one point, I was actually thinking about hiring a voice coach because I know I can come off a little bit too passionate, but that's just who I am, okay? And you should do the same thing too. Don't try to change yourself for an interview, but just be as best prepared as possible. I will see all you lovely ladies and gentlemen on Friday at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Get your story ready and let me review one of them. See you.